Today there are important updates from the Russian Federation. Here, the Ukrainian forces achieved a record level of destruction of Russian oil infrastructure, disrupting it from the Black Sea to the Ural. With Ukrainian long-range drones striking enemy assets at unprecedented rates, Russia's financial losses are now threatening to bankrupt the very backbone of its ability to wage war and the stability of the country. Ukraine carried out a record number of strikes on Russian oil infrastructure in November, delivering the most damaging month Russia has suffered since the invasion began. According to Ukrainian intelligence spokesman Andriy Yusov, the key indicator is the volume, and since the beginning of 2025, Ukraine has executed more than 160 successful strikes on Russian oil facilities. November pushed the total past 180, with at least 14 confirmed strikes on refineries and 4 on Black Sea port infrastructure. Ukraine is on track to exceed 200 attacks this year, with nearly one every single day. The cumulative effect is massive. Russia now faces a 20% domestic fuel shortage and has banned gasoline exports through year-end. Daily refinery capacity has fallen to roughly 5 million barrels, expected to drop further as new damage accumulates. Russia's oil product processing has fallen by 25%, a devastating figure for a war economy dependent on these revenues. Even before new US sanctions took effect, Rosneft reported a 70% collapse in net income for the first 9 months of 2025, down to $3.57 billion, pushing even such a giant toward bankruptcy due to massive losses. The company blamed interest rates and security expenses, but the true cause was Ukrainian strikes on refineries, depots, and transport terminals. With new US sanctions now active, Russia's seaborne crude exports fell to a 4-week average of 3.36 million barrels a day, the lowest since August, and export revenues dropped to their weakest point since April 2023. Ukraine's deep strike campaign now stretches across the entire Russian oil-related infrastructure network. Repeated drone hits on the Afipsky refinery near Krasnodar disrupted supplies of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel for Russia's military districts. Ukrainian naval drones disabled an offshore loading pier at the Caspian Pipeline Consortium terminal near Novorossiysk, inflicting critical structural damage and forcing the rerouting of crude exports. Multiple drone and missile raids on Novorossiysk halted up to 2% of global oil supplies, damaged air defense systems, and temporarily shut down export operations around the port. In the Black Sea, 2 sanctioned Shadow Fleet tankers, Kairos and Virat, were badly damaged off Turkey in an unprecedented attack. Both were struck while sailing empty to avoid an ecological disaster, signaling that even Russia's illicit oil fleet is no longer safe, and international sanctions are not the only thing they have to worry about. Rosneft's Saratov refinery suffered repeated strikes, at one point halting operations after fires gutted core processing units. The Novokobishevsk refinery in Samara was also hit twice in November, knocking out major equipment and a nearby substation. The Ryazan mega refinery, one of Russia's largest, was repeatedly targeted, with strikes on secondary processing units and jet fuel capacity confirmed by Ukraine's general staff. The plant produces 840,000 tons of jet fuel annually for the Russian Air Force, making the strike a significant success in both economic and military terms. Additional Ukrainian drone strikes hit refineries in Syzran, Ilsky, Nizhnekamsk, Kstovo, Orsk, and Volgograd, each confirmed by footage of explosions and fires. Tuapse, a major Black Sea export terminal handling 7 million tons of oil annually, has been struck multiple times. A Shadow Fleet tanker was hit, port infrastructure damaged, and pipeline links disrupted. In one attack, 12 drones destroyed a small vessel and set 4 tankers ablaze, carrying more than 100,000 tons of oil. Once again, Russian air defenses failed and struck residential buildings, while officials claimed all drones were intercepted. Further long-range Ukrainian strikes targeted petrochemical hubs at Stavrolen, Sterlitamak, and Kazan, degrading oil-related production sites essential for Russia's missile, drone, and ammunition production. In Russian-controlled Crimea and Donbass, drones repeatedly hit the Feodosia Sea oil terminal, Krymneftisby depots, Bitumne Komsomolskoye, Shakhtarsk, and a fuel train at Dozhansk-Roskishne, directly strangling frontline logistics of key materials. Overall, Ukraine's strike campaign is collapsing Russia's oil income without signs of stopping, with shadow fleet tankers now starting to become the latest target. Combined with new and tightening US sanctions, Russia's ability to finance the war is being crushed from two sides. Internally, Ukrainian precision strikes are destroying its ability to function, and externally by international sanctions cutting off its remaining global buyers. Lastly, our Black Friday sale ends in just 24 hours. This is your last chance to unlock full access to our interactive map and exclusive strategic updates at a massive 60% discount. Starting at just $3.99, firstly, you will gain access to the uncensored combat footage. Secondly, every day you will be able to read 40 short summaries about the most important news. Thirdly, you will unlock our Timeline Builder tool, the world's first artificial intelligence-powered system designed to connect the dots between the news in real time. Fourth, and most importantly, you will unlock our advanced news analysis tools, giving you insights into the news cycle, sentiment breakdowns, and trend analysis to reveal the most important events. Fifth and last, you will gain access to all our exclusive strategic updates about the war in Ukraine. If you wanted to support our efforts but haven't had the chance, now is the perfect time to jump in and make a real difference. So check out the link in the description to become an exclusive member of our community. I truly appreciate everyone who stepped up to join us. Your support means the world to us.